Hello everyone, and welcome to Jumperman Tech, where we specialize in HVAC, we do everything DIY, and today we have a follow-up service call for a coffee maker. Thank you to everyone tuning in to Jumperman Tech. So, if you remember my last visit, I installed those two vacuum breakers. Anyways, there is a huge mess in here. So here's the piping for everything, but first things first, we turned off both machines. And then back over here is the plumbing. I mean, this pump is ridiculous. What we're gonna do is change the water filter setup, which is right here. I mean, it's just hanging by the pipes. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then this water reducing valve here, look, with a 3/8 pipe into, what is that? Okay, look, from 3/8 to 1 inch. It's, I mean, it's a huge step up. I mean, this thing can't be right. Anyways, I got the same pressure reducing valve, and I got another 2-stage water filter set up. Just try to neaten this up and try to maybe put the water filter on this side, and later on we're gonna come get these numbers and change this pump, and we're gonna do the same for the other side. So let's get started. Can't really see, but back here is a water valve, so that's gonna kill the supply. So what happens is, you see these two big pipes, water goes up both into the vacuum breaker, and then it comes down through these two pipes. One pipe goes into this water pressure regulating valve, comes out of this hose, goes into this filter setup, then out of this filter setup it feeds water down this way and feeds water into the pump. Out of the pump's gotta go into the coffee maker, and then out of the coffee maker there's gotta be like a floor drain there. I think that's what it is, if it needs to drain water. I'm not really a coffee specialist, but I do work with piping. A little tight here, but look at this crazy blue like PEX line. It feeds water over here as well. That also goes through that filter. So one of these lines is not in use. So let's start by turning off the water and getting rid of everything, because this looks like a different filter setup. It's really hard to see, but the other side, if you can see it, like right here, there's nothing going there. This thing needs to be removed. Let's start by making space, but real quick, if you guys can even see, I'm gonna move this so it don't cause any leaks. Right there, that valve is closed. Hold on, I'm trying to see this. Oh yeah, there's two water valves there closed. All right, because one is not in use. I start disconnecting stuff and making some space. I might need to disconnect this right here just to get it out of my way. It sits on a crate, that's gotta go. But right now, let's get this water filter set up. I'm probably gonna have to remove this just to make space. Okay, so power, I unplugged this large plug here, so we're good. This pump gets power from this machine. What I want to do is get this machine out of my way. I would like to move this, but it goes up top over there. I'm not messing with that. I should have enough to at least put it to the side. I'll put a piece of tape here so I know this line is what gets disconnected, and that is going to be also the water feed. We're gonna get some water out of here. There's actually nowhere to drain this, but there's a floor drain. We'll just let that be. Let's let that leak out. What else can you do? There's nowhere to actually drain. So let's open that a little bit, let that leak out on the floor here. I mean, there's no other way. It'll be nice to install a drain valve in here too whenever there's work that needs to be done, like changing the filters or anything like that. Yeah, it would be nice. All right, so the water inlet and outlet of this pump are gonna get taken out. What are we gonna do? Huh, nothing coming out of there. That's good. Let's finish this off. This one I got some water, but it ain't much. But we can now at least get this out of the way, so we can like kind of get in there and start taking things we don't need. Yeah, we should get the mop. You know what? Let's get some rags as well. All right. Let's get some rags as well. Oh, this thing is sitting on the floor. Look at this huge filter. Whew. When was the last time that was changed? Only Lord knows. Alright, we're gonna do this step by step. Start by cleaning this up a little bit. I got forks, spoons, stirring straws in the floor drain. Let's put that to the side for now. You know, that can't be too good. Let's take out what we can. I hope it stops soon, but I'll work with it if I have to. Looks like we're going through with a dog bowl. This thing right here, and there's glass in between. I mean, this is just simply not being used anymore. Don't need this. Alright, let's just get this thing out. To mark this line is just not being used. Let me see, is the whole thing spinning out or just... Either way, it's okay. This thing can go. We need as much space as we can. I don't have much space working here. Come on. Oh yeah, this whole thing is spinning out, but you know what? It's gotta go. This thing is not even being used. Everything's going through the one setup. Alright, this thing can go. This thing is gross. Oh, this line is cut. I mean, that's it. This is a lot of space out. It's already looking better in here. What a mess. Anyways, it doesn't seem like this stopped, so I just ran this into the floor drain. Gotta get all this glass, clean up this area, and start disconnecting everything. And try to work neat. Okay, that already looks a little bit better. We gotta get rid of that water regulating valve, water pressure reducing valve right here. I mean, that looks just nuts. Put a tie wrap there just to know that line is done. We're using this one into the filter, out of the filter to here. So let's get everything out. So I was able to get something smaller. Also has a reducer on here, so that should help. But yeah, I got the, oh yeah, that's 1.75 inches. This one's 1.5 inches. That's the only one I could find with the same ratings, but we have smaller connections there. Let's just put everything new. Everything's lead free, and let's do it. This is the Zern water pressure reducing valve. And here's my 2-stage water filter setup with some new filters. You can put a sediment filter, carbon filter, and you could do whatever you want. I know these things haven't been changed in forever. Man. And that valve doesn't stop leaking. That water line doesn't stop leaking. Maybe I can install another valve in their lines. Alright, everything is a lot clearer here. Got more space to work with. Here's the old compression valve. Excuse me. Water reducing valve. So it goes down real small. So what I'm thinking, it came with this adapter. Let's see if I can set up this light in a way where it's not going to be in the way. It came with this adapter and it goes down to 1/2 inch. If anything, let's put this 1/2 inch thread here. You could either use the hose connection, or you could put the compression fitting right on there and see if we could put it in a good space. And then as far as here, I got a 3/8 fitting to 1/2 inch, and then this is 1/2 inch connectors. But this is also 1/2 inch. I gotta see if I can maybe build it up, or I need to go from 1/2 inch to 3/8. So I'm gonna try to do this as best as possible, as easy as possible. I'm thinking to do it flexible because it has to come in through here. It says in here, you can't see it in the video, in here, out here. Problem is the piping is coming from this side, so if we could do flexible lines, that would be a big help. But I'm thinking to mount it out the wall there so it's actually secure. All right guys, I finally got this figured out. So this is a 3/8 connection to this water filter. Coming out, you see a 1/2-inch thread. Put Teflon tape and tighten that up so we have 1/2-inch connections coming out. So we can go with a flexible 1/2-inch hose. Here's our water regulating valve. So it goes from 1/2-inch to 3/8. Again here, 1/2-inch to 3/8. It's pretty neat. So we're gonna go from this side in here through the water pressure regulating valve, water pressure reducing valve, and you see the arrow, it comes out. Then it's gonna come into the water filter, and if you look closely, it says in right there. It's gonna go through the 2 stages, out, and then we can go back into this line, which feeds the water that way to those machines, and then it feeds this water down this way into this pump. Then out of this pump from here goes into coffee machine itself. So kind of got to figure it out. I might need to get some hoses. I have 1/2-inch hoses and I have 3/8 hoses, like 3/8 to 3/8 or 1/2-inch to 1/2-inch, but I might need 1/2-inch to 3/8. Listen, we'll see what we can do. But for now, let's start by mounting this new, we need the water regulating valve there, and then we can see where it fits. Water regulating valve is going to go into here. Let's see how it fits, you know, into here. You might need a hose for that as well. I don't know. Let me configure this. All right, so I took out the filters to make it easier. So I lined this up to where nothing's really going to be in the way like that. So we're going to go and mount it a little something like this. I made some marks there with a marker. I got these right here. It's for drywall, plaster, tile, block, brick, and concrete. It comes with a bit, but I don't know if I can use it. I do also have a special Milwaukee bit that's made for like tiles and stuff like that, so we'll see. This is like the same size. I'd rather go with the Milwaukee one, to be honest. Let's try that out and I'll see what we could do. Now in between here, it's easy. Okay, another here. These bits are absolutely amazing. They're for tile and stone by Milwaukee. Super clean. All right, I got that on there. Super sturdy. Here's a sediment filter. Let's get it in the middle. And this is a carbon filter. So these are gonna be the 2 stages. The first stage, I'm gonna go with the sediment filter. That's usually what you see. Let's get that going. And this could be just hand tight, honestly. It doesn't have to be too tight. That's that. Here's the carbon filter. Let's get that in there. This has to be all even in the middle. Let's make sure this is in the middle. There we go. Also in the middle up top. It's honestly just hand tighten this, guys. Don't have to be too crazy. Got this on here. I didn't even tighten the compression fitting there. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I'm gonna do this. So from here, this is 3/8. That has to feed the inlet, which is 1/2-inch. So I need a hose from that, and it's 1/2-inch on this side, and then it has to fit, yeah, then it has to fit this one, 3/8. So I need 2 hoses, 1/2-inch to 3/8. I don't have that combination. I have 1/2-inch to 1/2-inch and 3/8 to 3/8. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me just get a piece of measuring tape. This will go somewhere like around here, around on the wall. Keep all this space free. It'll travel through here, and then out of here we'll go into this, which maybe we can set up nicely as well. I don't know, we'll see. All right, it already looks so much. Look at this whole space freed up. Just filters on there, look nice, 2-stage. Let's just finish this up. Like I said, from here to here, it came back from the store, and then out of the filter to here. So let's put that together and try to make this whole area as neat as possible, because this is ugly. All right, this looks so good. Just gotta snug this to go right there. So there's our inlet. Through this valve, everything's going correctly. You know what, we can tighten this side, 1/2 inch here, and then 3/8 on the other end. Let's tighten this up, and then of course in the end I'm gonna make it nice and neat to where there's actually space here. Okay, this one, let's tighten that up. Make sure these are all nice. This also needs to be tightened. So pretty much I'm just gonna tighten these up. I do need to tighten up here, and also that one compression fitting that was on already there. Hopefully that fitting is even still good. But I don't think it was leaking before, but who knows. Also, look at this. How is this supposed to go down there? They gotta do something about that as well. Let's tighten all this up and see what we can do. All right guys, it is definitely a lot neater in here. You could actually get in here. Just gonna do that. I have put some tie wraps on that to make that neat, the wiring, this and that. Gotta come up, cut off some of those strands, but it honestly, this looks a lot better. Everything is safe and you have a lot more space now. This thing has to go into the train. This is a little refrigerator. But honestly, this is already a much bigger, better situation. What I would want to do, get rid of that crate, a little shelf over there when we get the right pump, and put that on the wall, clear up this whole floor area so things can be cleaned properly, and yeah, we can open up the water and make sure we got no leaks. All right, just open up the water. Looks like we got another tiny little leak, but that's the old compression valve. All my other fittings have no leaks. Oh man. All right guys, it is a lot cleaner now. You could actually get in there, and this is pretty serviceable. So I actually added this copper pipe so it goes straight into the drain, because if not, it's gonna be leaking on the pump. Some of this stuff could be better insulated. Got water drops coming out of there on both lines actually, but the filters are good. The water regulating valve was good, and surprisingly this thing even works, but it's absolutely disgusting. I need to get rid of it, and this is a much better setup. Everything looks pretty good. It's definitely functional. Filters are clean, and I think clean filters are the most important here, to be honest. I already turned on the machine. If you can see a little red light on the bottom telling us it's 200 degrees. I saw the pump turn on. I also turned everything on over here. I don't know what's up with this. Anyways, turn this thing back on. You can see the lights and everything. Coffee ground or whatever. We should be okay, but as far as us just neatening this up and getting new filters in there, I think we accomplished that. I think it's totally fine. I'm just gonna try to get the model number of this pump and machine, and I could change that. I'll make another video on that. And it's a whole nother setup to redo on the other side. We're gonna wrap this video up from here. If anyone found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, as I come out with new videos every week. And I'll catch you all next time.